I present to you the worst outboard ever created. I have made my hatred of Gamefisher outboards very public in the past. What you're looking at here is the product of a bunch of engineers in the same room who looked at each other and said, let's build the biggest piece of in marine outboard history. I'm going to teach this thing a lesson today. It took me a long time to even get this thing running. Complete shocker, right? And if you comment and tell me that you have a Gamefisher that you love and it runs great, you're a paid actor, you're fed. I don't believe you. It even sounds cheap. Yeah. That's what junk sounds like. If I got any car guys watching that maybe don't know a lot about outboards, imagine a Jeep Liberty in the shape of an outboard. Yeah, it's disgusting, right? I mean, even the choke, listen to this Johnson. Yeah, that's a man's choke. And then we got this little, I don't even know how this amount of plastic doesn't burn up when the engine's on. I hate these things. Guys, this is not being wasteful. I'm doing a service to the public. I am preventing a poor soul from spending a few $100s of their hard-earned money and having this thing leave them in the middle of the lake. Let's watch this piece of junk run real quick. I'm hoping that this thing can stay running like that for the next day or two while I ruin it. I have no intentions of this thing coming out of this alive. All right, before we start the real abuse, let's see some compression numbers on this thing, and then we'll see how low we can get them by the end of the video. All right, starting off with a nice 110 PSI in the top. All right, reason 3,500 why they suck. Who designed this? Who made that? 106. We're gonna see how low we can get that number. So one more quick test that I've always wanted to try is to see if an outboard will run with a very comically large fuel line, roughly 20 feet to be exact. I might be out of fuel in the tank by the time it reaches the carb. First discovery of the day. If all you have is a 20-foot long fuel line, it'll work. From this moment forth, we will only be using the hilariously long fuel line with this outboard. It is the end of October now after all, and what good would an outboard be if it can't handle a little bit of crisp fall breeze? Tell you what, that exhaust smells amazing. We're gonna see if she's thirsty for a little bit of spray paint. Well, you could hear the RPM drop for sure. She didn't like spray paint nearly as much as that crisp fall breeze. However, our air intake has a beautiful new black paint job on the carburetor. All right, last aerosol test. Gotta hit it with some vinyl cleaner. Oh, did you see that? No, I was actually just throwing stuff at it and that landed perfectly. That's crazy. All right, we're gonna go ahead and give this old girl a little bit of love real quick. Gonna change out the lower unit gear oil. But we're gonna see if Heinz Gravy makes a suitable gear lube for your lower unit. When you think about it, it's kind of the perfect texture for lubricating gears. Yeah, I'd say that's like SAE 90, somewhere around there. Here comes the gravy train. All right, our beef gravy has made its way through the top hole. Let's seal it back up. And that is how you change your lower unit gear oil. This is also much more eco-friendly because if the seals in your lower unit bust for any reason, you're not leaking oil into the lake. It's just beef gravy. All right, gears should be thoroughly lubed now. Let's just fill this bad boy up with water. My tank, God, get in the tank. There we go. I will say this is a very odd change of pace for a channel built upon giving these outboards tender love and care. These game fishers, in my opinion, don't deserve tender love and care. But you know what does? Your hygiene. And that's why this video is proudly brought to you by manscaped.com. Manscaped is on top of the male grooming game right now, guys. 11 million dudes worldwide are trusting these guys, so we're talking like 22 million balls, if you know what I'm saying. Today, we're gonna be looking at their Performance Package 5.0 Ultra. So to take care of all this nonsense, we gotta use the Lawnmower 5.0. And the best part about it? That's right, baby. It is waterproof. Let me get this mess in order. I'll be right back. Ooh, and just like that, we got a nice clean trim. Still rocking the stash. Nothing you can do about it. Now, don't be fooled. The Lawnmower 5.0 is intended for other places, but YouTube would not be very happy with me if I showed you where you're supposed to use it. Also in this Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, you're gonna get the Weed Whacker 2.0, you're gonna get the Crop Preserver, and you're gonna get the Crop Soother nice aftershave. They also throw in a sweet pair of boxers and a great travel case. When you guys use code BOATBUSTERS, you're gonna get 20% off and free shipping. Manscaped.com. What are you waiting for? Guys, link is in the description. Go give it a click. Now back to the video. So when I'm running this Gamefisher, I really don't want to use my good 2-stroke gasoline on it, so I figured I'd just make my own, and I'll show you how. I don't know why more people aren't doing this, especially since you probably have all the ingredients you need in your kitchen at home. The next step is we have to add oil to make 2-stroke. Today we're gonna use some canola oil. It's way cheaper than 2-stroke oil, and you know, oil is oil. We want to mix this at a very careful 50-to-1 gas to canola. That should do it. Final step in making your own 2-stroke. Gotta have some blue food coloring. It won't work if it's not blue. That ought to do it. Give it a good shake. Gotta make sure I carefully mark this new concoction. Perfect. I almost forgot. It is really important to use a little bit of a fuel stabilizer. Keeps your gasoline running fresh all year long. So do you guys like old 2-strokes? Do you like sweet boats? Do you like abuse? No, I didn't mean it like that. You should consider subscribing. I'm not gonna aggressively ask you to smash it. Just caress it for me. I'm gonna pack this outboard up and meet my buddy at a spot where there's a whole lot more room for stuff to explode and go wrong. See you in a minute. I need to catch Dan up on everything that we have already done so far. The lower unit is currently full of Heinz beef gravy. We were told we were allowed to light stuff on fire and maybe blow things up on this property. However, in return, we have to do a little bit of yard work and do some weed eating. Problem here, Dan, is we don't have a weed eater.
Oh no.
This is our only option.
I think that ought to cut some weeds.
Yep. Come on, baby. Get on. There she goes. Oh. Come on, baby. Yeah. All right, Dan, shift me into forward.
No! Runs as it should, starts first or second pull every time.
Garage kept. just had service. Its inability to start actually has nothing to do with the abuse we've done to it. It's just back to how game fishers always run. So we're gonna see if we can put it on the stand and give it a little warm up real quick. I think it'll start forward. I figured the magic gas will be the grand finale before we send a piston into the sky at Mach 10. So first thing we need to do is we need to light it on fire. Ooh, that bitch was hot. I forgot that thing is hot. There's no water going through it. Wow, that hurt. Think the impeller's okay?
Yeah, I think it should be fine.
We are gonna see who can keep the palm of their hands on that engine block the longest.
It's not happening.
Yeah, she's got brand new gear oil too.
Oh, she's still clean.
She's fine, bud. If we did throw a rod that went Mach 10 out of the case, it would go that way, right?
No, it'd probably crack on the side, one of the sides.
So you think it'd go that way?
Only one way to find out.
Okay, where's my comically long fuel line at? All right, for your viewing pleasure and entertainment, we have our magic fuel mixture hooked up. Canola oil, 87, ethanol, Monster Energy, and some blue food coloring. Let's see how long she'll run for. She's smoking real good. Woo! That thing is hot.
What is that smell?
I believe that is the smell of burnt piston. That thing is smoking. All right, the lower unit seems pretty fried right now. You got forward?
I got forward, can't get reverse.
We have a neutral.
If you pull it hard enough, here, I'm gonna yank it into reverse.
No reverse. So basically what I'm hearing is no, you cannot use beef gravy as a lower unit gear lube.
Somebody had to test?
Someone had to. I am proud to have sacrificed my lower unit for this knowledge. Let's see if this thing's locked up or not. If any of you guys want this, like I said, garage cab, 2 owners.
Ran last time we had it out.
Probably just needs a carb clean.
1200 OBL, I know what I have.
No way. Wow. I'm in a predicament now because this whole video has been me talking trash on the quality of Gamefisher. But that's impressive.
That's pretty good.
That's impressive, I'm not going to lie. We still have 100 PSI in the top cylinder and a perfect 100. That's insane. After all that, we are at a perfect 100-100 on each cylinder.
It's a good motor. Hate to say it.
I hate to as well. I fully did not expect this outboard to last as long as it did, and especially still have 100-100 perfect compression in each cylinder. That's nuts. So we are going to do a part 2 outboard torture video. Let me know in the comments what creative ways you want to see this outboard tortured, because we have to take the next video to the next level. Apparently this was schoolyard, elementary school abuse, and if a Gamefisher could take it, then obviously it wasn't enough. Drop a comment, let us know how you want us to blow this thing up in part 2. Give us some really creative ways to destroy this thing no one's ever seen before. And we'll be back with a part 2. Have a good night.